Welcome to The Explainer. We're coming to you from the K-INNOSHOW 2025, and we're diving into a K-tech company called Aguni. Now, these guys are aiming to solve one of the biggest, most fundamental challenges we all face, the future of our food. So to really get what Aguni is all about, we've got to first wrap our heads around the sheer scale of the problem they're tackling. I mean, just think about it for a second. What if the system that feeds billions of us is, well, way more fragile than we think? Because the reality is, modern agriculture is facing what you could call a perfect storm. You've got climate change throwing weather patterns into chaos. You've got massive labor shortages. Our supply chains super inefficient. And on top of all that, the farming population is getting older and food insecurity is on the rise. We're talking about some serious structural cracks here. Cracks that shout for a totally new approach. And that's exactly where Aguni CEO Mi-Jin Kwon comes in. She offers this really new, almost radical vision. She says it's about agriculture that goes beyond production, connecting life and cities. So you see, this isn't just about growing more stuff. It's about completely rethinking what farming means for our society. Her entire vision is built on this core idea they call the intelligent agri-ecosystem. Now, what does that mean? Well, think of it as a new playbook where technology, nature, and people all work together. The goal is to create an agricultural system that's not just productive, but healthy, tough, and, really importantly, driven by data. Okay, so that's the big, grand vision. But how do you actually make it happen? It really boils down to two core breakthrough technologies that are the foundation of everything: the AG Dome and GrowY. All right. Let's kick things off with the AG Dome. I want you to picture an all-weather super farm. I mean, look at the difference. Traditional farming, it's totally at the mercy of the weather, pests, disease. The yields are all over the place. But inside an AG Dome, it's a whole different world. It's completely climate-proof, you get zero pests, and get this, the plants grow 1.8 times faster. That's huge. And this is where the engineering just gets so clever. This isn't just some fancy tent. First off, it has no columns, which maximizes every inch of space. Then you have these high-efficiency HEPA filters that block out literally everything. But here's the wild part. It uses positive air pressure, about 1.3 times the normal atmosphere, which is amazing for root health. It pulls in over 80% of natural sunlight and uses geothermal energy. It's basically an agricultural fortress, totally sealed off from whatever's happening outside. So the AG Dome creates the perfect environment. But how do you actually grow the plants inside it? Well, that brings us to the next layer of innovation, the GrowY system. This is all about precision. It's a soil-based vertical farming module that's designed to optimize how every single plant grows, and it's all automated. And the way it works is just brilliant in its simplicity. First, you stack the modules vertically, which, saves a ton of space. Then, a super precise system gives the roots the exact amount of air and water they need, right to the source. And that simple change, it prevents root rot and means you don't need any pesticides at all. The result is you get these amazing functional crops with almost double the production efficiency. It's just a smarter, cleaner way to grow. Okay, so the technology is just incredible, right? But here's the billion-dollar question. How do you turn all this cool tech into a business that actually works and lasts? Because having great ideas is one thing, but making them scalable and profitable, that's the real test, isn't it? And that leads us to the most crucial piece of their strategy, the business model. They call it Agri-CDMO. It stands for Agricultural Contract Development and Manufacturing Organization. Now that's a mouthful, so here's a great way to think about it. It's like the TSMC or the Foxconn of high-tech farming. Aguni isn't just selling you a dome, they're providing the entire manufacturing platform from start to finish. And this model creates this amazing win-win ecosystem. Here's how it works. You've got big companies, say in pharmaceuticals or cosmetics, that need a steady, reliable supply of very specific, high-value ingredients. Okay, so Aguni goes to producer farms and sets them up with the AG Dome and the exact recipes for growing those crops. The producers then grow exactly what the big companies need. And finally, Aguni connects them all, guaranteeing the supply for the buyer and guaranteeing the revenue for the grower. It takes all the risk out of the equation for everybody. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The numbers absolutely prove this model works. Look at this chart. It's showing the estimated annual revenue from a standard plot of land. For roses, you're looking at around 380 million won. For perchulika, a cosmetic ingredient, it's 480 million. But check this out. For a medicinal herb like Centella asiatica, that skyrockets to over 1.1 billion won. We are talking about a totally different league of profitability here. Yeah, you're seeing that right. For some of these high-value crops, we're talking about a potential revenue boost of more than 15 times what you'd get from traditional farming. That isn't just an improvement. That is a complete game changer for the economics of agriculture. But believe it or not, the vision gets even bigger. This isn't just about building a better farm. This technology could fundamentally change who even gets to be a farmer. And they make this possible through what might be their most disruptive idea of all, digital farm right. So what is it? It's a system based on blockchain that lets literally anyone, you, me, your neighbor, participate in farming and share in the profits. And you can do it without owning a single acre of land or a single piece of equipment. It basically turns farming into something you can invest in, just like stocks. And it's super simple. You go on their digital platform and invest in a crop. Your digital farm right is like a smart contract that locks in your share. Then the crop gets grown with all that precision tech in an AG dome. And when it's harvested, the profits and even ESG credits are automatically sent to you. It is quite literally farming for the 21st century. And just when you think it can't get any more futuristic, they take it one step further with a platform called Gene2Green. I mean, this is mind-blowing. It's not about just investing in any random crop. The idea here is to use your genetic data to recommend and then grow custom crops just for you. This is the ultimate connection of farming to your personal health, which really leaves us with this one final provocative question to chew on. What if your next meal wasn't just personalized for what you like to eat, but was literally grown for your unique DNA? That's the future Aguni is trying to build, one that completely blurs the lines between our food, our health, and technology. It's a really bold vision, for sure. And, Aguni is just one amazing example of the kind of innovation that's bubbling up from South Korea's incredible K-tech scene. We also want to give a shout out to the Ministry of SMEs and Startups, which does so much to support the growth of these world-changing companies. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.